now plunge into Hooked on Sonics with Roots and Tone Capone.
And we're live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another fantastic episode of Hooked on Sonics. I am one of your two hosts, Bruce, and as always, the brother from another mother. That is the Tone Capone. And this week, we got a little countrified, uh, kind of by accident. It just happened. Organically country. I like it. Uh, Tony gave me Always and Forever, one of the quintessential Randy Travis albums, and I gave him the second release from the American Recordings series from Johnny Cash. So lots to get into there. We've got to figure out what the heck we've been jamming to this past week. Little music news, and after all that talking, we got to have a little brew, and we're going to talk about that too. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of everything, Tone, how are you?
I am good. I'm good.
Good.
Pretty good day today. Got some things done around the house and uh, been a very busy jamming to a lot of music lately. Um, I have taken in a ton since the last time we talked,
Mm.
like a metric ton, just breathing in so many different albums from a few different artists, man. And it's been fun. Um, Obviously, listen to this Johnny Cash album you gave me here, Unchained. Looking
Hmm.
forward to reviewing it. Um, I'm also looking to see if by chance you and I are going to zero in on the same number of our review.
Third time in a row?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't think it can happen tonight.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right, who's
We
got
shall see.
who gets to review first tonight?
You get to review first tonight.
All right, then that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you said you was talking all that smack, saying you've been listening to all kinds of stuff. Well, what have you been listening to?
A lot of who is it? Blood Incantation.
Hmm.
I've been going through their library, purchased all of that over on Bandcamp, and I'm absolutely loving all of their stuff. Um, Temple of the Void had an album drop, and I checked it out. I'm not quite through it yet, so I'm not 100% on it yet. I've given it a light listen, but I haven't given it like a really good listen. Um, Listen to a band called Midnight. Midnight's come up on my radar a couple of times, and I think the first time I heard anything about these dudes, they were doing like a string of shows where they were on a bill with Danzig, because I see all the Danzig shows that go on, and then I just one night just said, you know what, I'm gonna fucking check them out. That's it. I'm gonna go check them out.
Hmm.
So I go over to their Bandcamp. It's loaded, all kinds of good stuff over there. And I ended up purchasing their album, Sweet Death and Ecstasy. Um, I've been jamming that all week. It's a solid album. If black metal meets rock and roll slash punk is your kind of thing, these dudes, it's so hard. They're just really good metal, man. And they are out of Cleveland, which was
Okay.
crazy, dude. So the it is my understanding that the singer, I guess, writes everything and hires cats to come aboard. Was from a previous band. I can't remember the name of them right offhand, but dude, I'll tell you, I've checked out 3 or 4 albums, and I was just like, it slays, dude. It just it they're bangers, man.
Very cool.
I also got to checking out I believe it was the last Immortal release. Finally got around to checking that out. I almost forgot about it. And it's called uh, War Against All.
Mm,
I really, really like this album. Um, I tend to wonder what it would sound like if, a bot was contributing to it, because he's no longer in Immortal. But I mean, fans can always think that way, but it does sound really, 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 really good. And from what I understand, Demon Eyes is the one he's writing everything in Immortal
okay.
now. So, but yeah, pretty sick, dude.
So how many dudes are in Immortal now that the bot's not in
If you
there?
if you go look online
Hmm.
right now, current member says Demon Eyes. That's it.
Oh,
But he brings in some pretty heavy hitters to work on the albums and stuff with him and shit.
okay.
So I mean, but like this last album was like, I know I turned you on to the Abad album. You really dug it, but you couldn't stand the vocals. It'd probably be the same thing for this if you listen to this.
Hmm.
It's really freaking good, dude. I like the album. I personally like the album. And yeah, I'll tell you this. I know I like this album better than Abad's last album.
Interesting.
Yeah. Not that I think Abad's album. I mean, I'm just not it, it, the third album doesn't hold the weight of the first album. And the second album is good, but that first album, so
Nothing
good
compares.
in my mind. I
Yeah.
could, I'm not the biggest Abbott fan, but I do dig him, and I love him as a guitar player. I love his persona. I love his whole being. He seems like a cool cat to go if you end up at the bar with him or end up just hanging out somewhere with him. He seemed like a cool cat to hang out with. He's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. But been kind of dipping my toe in a little bit of black metal here lately. But there are certain black metals bands that I really dig. Obviously, Immortal. I've dug those guys. Sons of Northern Darkness, Blizzard Beast are probably my two favorite albums. This War Against All is pretty solid too. I
Mm.
like it a lot. So yeah, what have you been listening to?
Not a whole lot of music this past week. Really been tuned into different political podcasts or just current event podcasts. The Moynihan Report, Trigonometry. Need to get caught up on Rogan. Johnny Knoxville was recently on Joe Rogan's show, and he had mentioned that he was working on a David Allan Coe um, documentary similar to like what he did with the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. So, I want to hear a little bit more about that, see what's going on with that, because that would be fascinating. Let's see.
Do you think he's the man to handle that?
Yes, if anyone could, again, if you ever watched the Wild Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, that's an absolute classic documentary. Absolutely very well put together. Let's see. Have you heard of the band Morphine?
They may have slipped across my radar.
Okay. Listen to a few albums of theirs. Buddy Mike said, "Hey, check these guys out. See what you think." I was like, "Okay, not bad, not bad. I kind of dig them. They're really interesting." And then oh, our our good friend India Ramey, she released a new single. I've been listening to that, called "Welcome to My Villain Era." From
Is it a
a,
banger?
it's good.
Is it
It's
a
good.
banger? Is it a banger? I need to know. Is it a banger?
The first single to me is better.
Okay. And what's the name of the first single?
Um, Figured you'd ask me that. Hold on. 6 feet under.
Okay.
Yep. But welcome to my villain era. That's pretty decent. Check it out. And then that album's coming out in May, something. Begins with an M. So would love to have her back on to talk about that. So
Yeah.
that's really about it for me.
All right. Well, what you drinking this evening?
Well, my friend, I have been on a little bit of a health kick here recently, last few weeks. So I haven't been drinking as much. So I'm really just going to crack this open for you, the listeners. And we're going to do some Crown Royal Blackberry.
Have you had it yet?
Yes, I don't remember what I thought of it though. I think I mixed it with some Coke or something, and that was awful.
Okay.
Coke and blackberry don't mix, so we're just going to do it straight and see
Good
how it goes
luck.
from there. So here we go.
Good luck.
First off, smells fantastic. Really
Sure it
does smell
does.
good.
Oh, he's taking a big sip.
It's good. Way better on its own.
Oh
Way better.
no. Oh no, dude.
70 proof. You know, it's a social drinker. So, um, give it a 4.
Mm-mm.
It's good.
No. No.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, sir.
That's what I'm sticking with.
I've heard it tastes like medicine.
Yes, they're a little bit of the medicine,
Mm.
not as harsh.
Mm. That's a hard pass, dude. Crown Apple's good, but it's
Crown
too
apple is
sweet.
good.
Too sweet. I don't want to drink sweet whiskey.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely sweet too.
Although, what is it? The Jim Beam Stag that's like a red cherry is a great
Oh, is
mixer.
that what that is?
Like a cherry Coke. Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
check that out.
So I believe this alcohol that I've had tonight, sir,
Mm-hmm.
has been on the show before. More oftentimes, you'll find me drinking bourbon, beer, tequila.
Scotch.
I do a scotch every once in a while. But people don't know that I can drink rum by the liter.
Mm-hmm.
Rum is like water to me. But tonight we are having a Diet Pepsi
Mm-hmm.
with a few shots of Bacardi spiced.
Ah,
It's 35%. I prefer Bacardi spiced over Captain Morgan. I know a lot of people wouldn't agree,
me included.
but I'm a Bacardi guy.
Yep.
I've always been a Bacardi guy. When I say I can drink a liter, I truly mean I can drink a liter bottle, and that's
Mm.
nothing to brag about. It's like water to me. There's no other liquor that I can just
Yeah.
mm, not like that. Not like that. Now I can drink as much of the other liquors as well, but I can tell you, I can drink a liter and still be in good shape.
That's because it's mostly water.
I don't know about all that.
Get you a man's rum. Get you some.
Son, they don't make my rum anymore. It's not available here anymore.
What is it?
Bacardi 151. But Don Q makes a 151. And when I get rid of a couple rum bottles downstairs, I'll sample one. I'll go pick
There
one
you,
up and sample it.
there you go.
So it may be on on a future show.
You never know.
But Bacardi Spice gets a 5 from me all day.
Mm.
I absolutely love it. I like I liked it when it used to be called Oak.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah. We got I've had oak art before.
yeah, that was I've often wondered, did they change the mix when they changed the name?
Mm, very interesting.
Hmm. Well, I don't have anything in the way of news. I have been so busy taking care of things around here and
Mhm.
whatnot. Do you have anything? You got anything for some
Yeah,
news?
a couple things. So I did see where the a reunion show of Poison. I think it was a 40-year anniversary tour.
Hmm.
Was getting ready to take place, and then according to Ricky Rocket, um, Brett decided he wanted 600% more than the other guys, and they said no, thank you. So that has been canceled. Now Ricky Rocket is going to go out on his own, doing some Poison songs. So pretty wild there, you know.
I don't know, man. I think it's I think it's irresponsible. You're all going to go out there and make money. You guys are still alive. You guys can still sell out, sell to,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even smaller stadiums, depending on who you bring with you,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yep.
I
Six
wonder,
hundred percent.
yeah, I didn't know that was the number.
Yeah. Yeah. Ridiculous. So, you know, that's unfortunate.
Is that
It's
unfortunate or is it a statement?
maybe it could be a statement,
In order
but
for me to work with you guys again, go out on the road with you guys again, you need to pay me this.
yeah, that's yeah, pretty wild. So, hey, I got a couple birthdays.
Whose?
Let's see. The legendary blues player Leadbelly. He was born today, January 20th, by the way, in 1888. It's
Wow.
a very influential player. Um, Influenced people, from all your, standard blues people to Kurt Cobain from Nirvana
Right.
and so many others. Um, and then let's see, Etta James. You know who Etta James is?
I do. At
That's right.
last.
She passed away today in 2012.
Hmm.
So did Meatloaf in 2022. That's pretty wild.
Interesting.
Yep. And let's see, two more. We've got John Sykes, the singer for Thin Lizzy, and he
Okay.
was also a member of Whitesnake and Tigers of Pan.
Tigers of Pantang.
Yep, he died today last year.
Damn, that sucks.
Now,
You ever heard any Tigers of Pantang?
it seems like I have, but I couldn't tell you what it was.
I'll have to shoot an album over to you at some point in time.
Yep. And last, but certainly not least, everyone's favorite crooked face front man, Paul Stanley, today. He
Yeah.
is the ripe old age of 74. May he make himself some disgusting pasta with orange juice for his fantastic birthday today. That's all I got.
Why would anybody make pasta with orange juice?
It's gross. I there's
You tried it, didn't you?
no, just
You
the
tried
thought
it.
of it. I
You
promise I
tried it.
did not.
You saw Paul do it and you said, I gotta know. And you went and did it.
No,
Yeah, yeah, you did.
no,
I can see you're lying,
I
dude. You are
promise.
lying. You are lying to the people on the air.
First off, Rhea wouldn't allow that in her house. So,
Oh, Rio wouldn't allow it in her house.
That's right.
Okay.
I second that emotion.
Uh, that's funny. Well, I take it that's all we have for news, and
Yep,
that is the news.
that's right.
We've talked news, we've talked brews. I think it's about time we get into a couple reviews. What do you think?
Reviews. Let's do this.
Cool, cool. Last week you gave me Johnny Cash's Unchained.
Mhm.
I believe this was a series, an album in a series of albums from American recordings. And I can't remember the year or years these were done, but a lot of the album is covers from
Mhm.
other artists, ranging from rock and roll, alternative, and country. Um, the um, the thing I want to say about this, and I want to make this very well known. I understand that there were artists that no longer carry a relationship with Rick Rubin for whatever those reasons may be. But if you have to look back at the albums that Rick Rubin had influence over, it's hard to deny what was there.
Mhm. Phenomenal producer.
Phenomenal producer. Okay. Love him or hate him, whatever those issues may be, this guy has a way. And if you've ever seen interviews with him, he's a very eclectic cat,
Hmm.
but he has a way of producing banger albums.
Yeah.
Some of your favorite artists out there have probably been produced by Rick Rubin. At least if you're of me and Bruce's age, I can
Yep.
guarantee it. So I just want to say, with that being said, it that's apparent with this album. Okay, it's very apparent with this album. Tom Petty was the backing band on this. Um, you've heard me say it before. All the players are in the right places, doing the right things. Okay, what would you not expect from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers?
Yeah.
So let's get into this review.
Let's
Okay,
do it.
Johnny Cash is Unchained. Track number one, Rowboat. This is a Beck cover. Um, sounds like Beck lyrics and Cash singing them. I This was not an opener for me.
Mm.
This did not get me grade A pumped about going into this album. This is by no means a horrible song, but it just did not really kind of like get me revved up and rearing about the album. Great production, great playing. It is a very good song, but I gave it a B.
Mm.
Not a banger of an opener for me. Track number two, Sea of Heartbreak. This is a little more upbeat and sounds more light than I'm used to. It's a Don Gibson cover, definitely a toe tapper. Um, I gave this one an A. Okay,
It's a great
so we're
song.
we're not starting off bad. I thought it was a really good song. Track number three, Rusty Cage. This is a Soundgarden cover, and I'm very familiar with this sound or this song. Said it reminds me of Soundgarden Cash's Hurt cover, while it's not as good to me as the Hurt cover.
It's a different vibe.
Okay. This song almost became a B.
Wha-
I swear it did. But and it was a B, and I was about to write down B. until the breakdown happened. And at the breakdown, I said, there we go. Yeah, here we go. That's great.
It's a great breakdown.
So I went ahead and gave this one an A as well. Wait for the breakdown, folks. It's worth it. Track number 4, The One Rose That's Left in My Heart. This is a Jimmy Rogers cover. It sounds like Cash doing Rogers, slowpoke cowboy tune. That's what it really sounded like to me. I gave this one an A as well.
Now, see, that surprises me.
Did you know I grew up listening to some Jimmy Rogers?
Mm-hmm.
I can't say whether or not I was super familiar with this song, but I remember Jimmy Rogers being played in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar with it,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe that's why it landed an A for me.
Okay.
Track number 5, Country Boy. This is very upbeat. It would have almost been like a 50s, 60s rock tune. Kind of had that kind of a vibe,
Mm-hmm.
with a little country twist. But I gave this one an A, and I said guitar. I wrote beside that the guitar on this was phenomenal. Track number 6, Memories Are Made of This. It's a Dean Martin tune. And one thing my listeners may not be aware of is I am a huge fan of Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, stuff like that. Huge fan. Okay. If I'm anywhere and I hear it, I will stop. I will listen to it and I will take it in and I will enjoy it because I love those voices. And every once in a while on Saturday mornings, when I'm making breakfast for the family, I'm playing Dean Martin or Sinatra tunes. So I really liked Johnny Cash's take on this and I gave it an A. Track number 7, Spiritual. This is a cover from a band called Spain. I'm not really familiar with them. Said it's slow, sad, on your deathbed hymnal. It was personally not for me. I didn't rate it on not being personally for me. I saved that for the overall album. I have to rate it on the quality of the song. And if this is what you're looking for, this is what you get. I gave it a B. It's a good song for what it is, and it definitely fits the vibe of the album. Track number 8, The Kneeling Drunkard Plea. This is a Carter Sisters classic country tune. And if I'm correct, I heard Petty's vocals on the background of this, which him and Johnny Cash's vocals was awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. The other thing I want to mention is this is a Carter Sisters tune. This was his wife's song. June Carter had a hand in this, didn't she?
No. So this is the Carter family song, which is Mother Maybelle, A.P. Carter, and Sarah, who that was the original Carter family, the architects of, essentially country music. Mother Maybelle is June's mother.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
Either
yep.
way, what a fitting tribute, fitting take on this. I gave it an A. Track number 10, Mean Eyed Cat.
Oh, you missed one.
Oh, nope, you're right. Track number 9, Southern Accents. My bad. Southern Accents. This is a Petty cover, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers cover. And it was a great take on a very mellow Petty song. I gave this one an A as well.
I actually like this version better than Petty's.
I can't remember saying I've heard Petty's. I'm a huge Petty fan, so I'm sure I have heard it. But it sounded good. I really like this version. Track number 10, Mean Eyed Cat. This sounds most like Cash to me of all the tracks that I've listened to so far. This sounds more like one of his songs, one of his style. This is his thing. This sounded more like Johnny Cash doing Johnny Cash to me. And I'm pretty sure this was written by him.
Yes.
So I gave this one an A. You know, it's what I would expect from the man. And it was top tier. Track number 11, Meet Me in Heaven. So this was a little slower paced ballad type song.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost gospel. Almost gospel.
Mm-hmm.
I gave this one an A as well. Solid track, solid track. And as you can see, as we move through this, while I'm continuing to give these A's and B's out, okay, keep in mind this is not my wheelhouse. This is not anything that I'm doing. I'm rating these solely on the quality of the songs. Does it grab me? Do I think that it can grab a country fan? Do I enjoy listening to the song? Yeah, for what I'm listening to. Okay. Track number 12, I Never Picked Cotton. I gave this one a B. Little country shuffle, Roy Clark cover, and I think at this point in time, this could have been a C, but I had to rate it on the quality of the song because I think at this point in time, fatigue was setting in for me. It was just, once again, this isn't my wheelhouse. This isn't my go-to music. I have nothing against Johnny Cash. I absolutely love Johnny Cash. It's just not somebody I listen to every day. You know, if I'm on a road trip and I want to spin Johnny's greatest hits or something like that, great. You know what I mean? But it's just not something I listen to every day. I don't listen to full albums from Johnny Cash every day because country is just not my favorite mix of music. Bluegrass and all that stuff. It's just not my favorite. It's not what I seek out. At least at this point in time, not what I seek out. Because you never know. Things change and you go through musical waves and what you're interested in and want to check out a little bit more of, it happens.
Yep.
Track number 13, Unchained. I gave this one a B as well. This is a Jude Johnstone cover. It's a slow, somber ballad. You know, at this point, I'm really, really feeling like fatigued with the album. Once again, I have to rate the album and the song on the quality of the song and what it is. Nothing against the players or anything like that. It just, once again, not my wheelhouse, not something I could sit and listen to. And this album was about 40 minutes. Okay.
You couldn't make 40 minutes.
Listen, not that this wasn't a rough listen. It's just not something I seek out. And I have a really hard time enjoying it. So I have to sit in with it, check it out, and really give the song an honest review.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to the final track. I want to mention back there on track 13, Unchained was the title song. And this was just not, it wasn't an A for me. There were some other great songs on this album. These are good songs. They're not skippable. By no means is any song on this album skippable. And I want to reiterate that. The whole album goes together very, very well. Very, very, very well. You can definitely tell the quality of the album is there and the production is there if Ruben's hands was on this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, final track, track number 14, I've Been Everywhere. This is a Lucky Star cover. It is an absolute banger of a classic, great cover, and a well-known classic. This was absolutely what I was looking for and hoping I would get. This song could have even opened up the album. It's that damn strong.
That's a great song.
And it is the only one I gave an A plus to. When I got to this song, I was just thankful that I got to this song because I was just, and he really put his shit into it, dude. I mean,
Mhm.
I really really liked this version of this song. I've heard a couple of different versions of this song, I'm sure, and this is a really great version of this song, and I had a really 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 good time. That is a excellent banger of a closer. Once again, getting an A plus. So, Bruce, I do want to tell you thank you for giving me a pretty good album. Am I going out tomorrow to pick it up? Probably not.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Oh, why would I pay for something I wouldn't listen to that often? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just, if I got into a Johnny Cash kick and really wanted this, I'd get it. I mean, I get it. It is a good album. It is a good album in that realm, but I don't seek out Johnny Cash. I don't seek out a lot of country. It's just something I don't do.
Right.
I am familiar with a ton of country artists. Toby Keith, uh, Randy Travis, like I gave you, George Strait, uh, Garth Brooks. I've seen Garth Brooks live. You know, I've seen Colin Ray live. I've seen Brad Paisley live. I've seen um, not Alan Jackson, but the other tall, long-haired cat.
Trace Adkins.
Yeah, I've seen Trace Adkins live. You know, so I've seen some country stuff, and I've been to some country stuff. And my wife is heavily into country. I, however, am not. You know, and she's not always into what I'm into, dude. She cannot stand a lot of the shit that I listen to. A lot of people can't, and I get it. But so we had 14 songs on here, man. Everything got an A except let's go one, two, one, three, four. Solely based on if I'm going to go back and listen to this. I don't see myself seeking this out, man. So what do? Do I give the album? I mean, it's a solid album. I can't deny that it's a solid album, but it's just not something I would go back to. Is it a horrible album? Not by by a long shot. But it is a good album, and I do want to thank you once again for giving it to me. But I am going to go ahead and give this thing a 8.75.
Higher than I thought.
8.75. It's a good album. If Johnny Cash is your thing and you enjoy hearing Johnny put his take on some country classics and a couple other throw-in tunes there from, you know, a modern era, you know, pretty much back then and whatnot, check it out. It is a good album. It's just not something I'm going to go to. I enjoyed it, um, but I don't see myself returning to this album just for I've been everywhere.
Yeah. You've got 13 other or 12 other tracks that are just killer. Anyway, I
I'm
love it.
not. I'm not telling you that they're
I
killer.
know.
You
I'm
know,
just
just
giving you a hard time.
listen. You can give an A to a good song, knowing it's a good song, knowing it's a great, you know, that it's a great song. You don't have to. You've given A's to things you don't like the vocals on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the thing for me is it's not an issue with the vocals. It's not an issue with the music. It's just everything is in place. It is. It really is. But I've got 14 tracks and of an album that is not in my wheelhouse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. Um, throwing this up against that George Strait or George Jones album of last week,
Mm-hmm.
you know, George Jones would have edged this one out. He's, by at least a half a point. But dude, that whole album was,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, the, and here's the other issue. A lot of the stuff that he ended up that was actually his, I ended up giving A's to,
Yeah.
but a lot of this stuff is covers that wasn't his. Nothing against him doing covers of other people's stuff, but sometimes hearing him like hearing that whole Beck thing,
Mm-hmm.
hearing Beck's lyrics come from Johnny Cash didn't sit as well with me.
Hmm.
You know, and it was nowhere. And personally, for me, it was nowhere near as impactful as say Hurt. And I'm going to imagine Hurt was in these sessions, right?
No. Hurt was way after. So this came out in 96, and um this was probably the last album where his voice was really strong.
Oh, it
Uh
sounded excellent.
yeah, his voice was like peak during this era. And right after this, like there is a marked drop off. There's more of a frailty in his voice when by the time Hurt comes out, and that's on American 4. So, and I think that frailty actually helps the delivery of Hurt, where I don't think if he recorded Hurt on this album, I think his vocals were way too strong um to really push that home. So,
Yeah,
in my opinion, but
hearing the frailty in his voice
hmm
is what really put the delivery in.
yes, there is no frailty here. There is a lot of emotion in this album. One of the reasons I think this is a must have for any Johnny Cash fan because his voice is so commanding and powerful in this. The song selection is great. I personally, pretty much anytime that I hear spiritual, I just break down and cry.
Oh, it was too. It
Be-
was, dude. It almost got a C for me because it was so fucking heavy, dude.
But
Like, and it's that like when things are that heavy on the soul,
mm,
it's just I don't want I can't find myself saying I want to listen to that all the time.
oh, it's beautiful, just beautiful. But yeah, to your point with Rusty Cage, with that breakdown, dun 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 dun, dun. So good. I did want to mention a couple other players. Not only did you have Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, you also had Flea,
Yeah.
Mick Fleetwood, and Lindsey Buckingham. You had Marty Stewart. Um, so just a star-studded,
Oh,
star-studded
throwing
ensemble.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, man. You just gotta, like I
Yeah,
said, a star-studded ensemble. Yeah, it
yeah.
was good. It was a good album, dude. It was by no means a horrible album, but it's just I just don't see myself going back to it, and I'm not gonna give it a 7.75.
Hmm.
I also want to mention the album cover was very cool. I thought it was
Yeah,
very simple, but very cool. Um, I dug it. I dug it.
yeah. All right.
And that is an 8.75. Excuse me, from the tone. Sorry, it's been a long day.
There you go. All right, my friend. Well, you gave me something out of left field. You gave me Randy Travis's second album, Always and Forever. This was released May the 4th in 1987. It had four number one singles on this Forever and Ever, Amen. I Won't Need You Anymore. Too Gone, Too Long. And, um, oh shit, I told you so. So what just right he came out of the gate just having number one hits, and this was just a continuation of that. So um let's see.
I want to say this was probably peak Randy Travis.
Man, he had, I don't know, I would say he had a stretch there like 6 albums in a row that were just untouchable. And again, this was number two in that streak. So the album's just a little over a half hour long. And yeah, here we go. First up, the song "Too Gone Too Long." Um, I gave this an A plus. Great little dual guitar intro, upbeat toe tapper, very stripped down production on this song, which isn't always the case on this album, but specifically in '80s country during this time, there was a lot of polish. Um, when it took me a long time to like Randy Travis, to really appreciate some of these songs, because there's a lot of that 80s pop finish to a lot of that stuff. And I had no interest in it. It didn't feel like real country to me. And it took, I don't know, decades for me to really, okay, let me listen to the song, to like, okay, I can look past the production on some of this and just really embrace the song. So, um, I gave this an A plus. Great opener. Um, it's easy going and just singable. It's just totally singable. Next up, we got My House. This is a great deep cut. Um, that's all about the love of his woman at home is all he needs. Um, the song gives Randy plenty of room to sing. He does a really good job emoting here, and his voice control is really impressive. I touched on it a couple times over the last couple episodes where George Jones is widely considered the best country singer of all time. But Randy really he he's a very close comparison to George as far as what he can do vocally. Um, and it really shines here. So A plus, beautiful song, beautiful song. Let's see. Next up, we got Good Intentions. Um, it's a song about making promises to his mom and later his family, but he always ends up falling short. Um, but he had the best intentions. Um, and it goes to show that old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. It's a good song, really good song. I gave it an A. Um, another, it's a solid deep cut. Like, if anyone performed this live, I mean, it would still, the message is still great in this. So, um, what do you, what do you do about me? Um, I gave this an A as well. Very slick production, and this song has been covered by a lot of different people. Um, he's he sings the song good, but there's something missing with the delivery for me, and I think it has to do with the tempo, where he can't do a lot of his vocal tricks. There's not a lot of there.
Vibrato.
Yeah, there's not that Randy Travis quality where I think the song suffers a little bit with him singing it. Um, but it's a solid song. Obviously with so many people covering it. Um, but I there was something off with his vocal delivery for me. So
Would you give it?
A. I gave it an A. I won't need you anymore. This is also considered the, in parentheses, the title track, Always and Forever. Um, I gave this a B actually. I do really like the walk down in the melody. Um, I believe this was another number one hit, but honestly, I don't ever remember hearing this song on the radio. It's a good song, but it's never really hooked me. And I listened to this album, uh, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. It's like, it's fine, but nothing really wowed me on this. And then next up, we've got Forever and Ever. That's an A plus. This is an absolute classic. Um, Great sing along chorus, and this song crosses genres. Even though it's pure country, like old metalhead like you can sing this song because it's fun. It makes you smile.
But hey, believe it or not, dude, if we ever were in a situation and you get me drunk enough,
Hmm.
I'll do some Randy Travis.
All right. Oh, that would be awesome. Um, no, it's just it's this is my son AJ's. It's one of his favorite Randy Travis songs.
Mhm.
It's just a great song. It's just great. It's fun. Uh, Next up, another fantastic song, completely different vibe. I Told You So.
Mhm.
This is probably my favorite Randy Travis song. Um, he sings this so well with the emotion tied to it.
Mhm.
Like you don't realize that he's only asking the question and he's not repeating her response. Like the way he's saying it, like it makes it sound like, oh no, this is exactly what she's telling you.
Yeah.
But he's just asking the question, are you going to say that? Would you say this? And it's just a perfect song. His delivery in this is just no one can do this better. Nobody. Um, I gave this an A plus plus. I mean, I love everything about this song. Perfect.
When I gave you this album,
Mhm.
did you know what you was getting into and you were really excited about getting the opportunity to review it, or you just like, I've never really heard the full album and now I have the opportunity to do so?
Yeah, it was definitely more like I never heard this full album, but I'm like I just kind of breezed through it. I'm like, oh yeah, oh. So, but there are a lot of these songs I hadn't heard before, or if I did, I didn't remember them. Um,
I think honestly this was peak Randy, dude. I
mm,
honestly believe this was peak Randy
it
Travis.
it's right in there. I mean, it again. He had so many hit records in a row with so many hits, multiple hits on each album. Absolutely. Um, Next up, we got Anything. I gave this an A. Another great deep cut, super upbeat, and I love the pedal steel in this. And there's a few different instances where different guitars are kind of trading off with each other, showing off a little bit. But the pedal steel, I really dug on this. Um, I do anything. Do, 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 do. Oh, it's so fun. Um, Solid A for me. And then next up is The Truth is Lying Next to You. This is a song about people not giving him and his girl's love a chance due to his wildness and crazy ways. Um, and no one can believe that it's lasted this long, that he's stuck around. And it's all because her love keeps him keeps him there. Like he can't think of um any other place to be than to be right with her. Such a good song. Um, and if you know anything about kind of Randy's troubles with substance abuse and things like that, this is a really kind of poignant song. Um, and it hits a little more real than say if you didn't know some of his struggles. Um, so I gave this a solid A as well. And then lastly, we have tonight, we're going to tear down the walls. Old timey groove to it, fun closer about getting out and loose with this girl after being stressed out about life's responsibilities. Uh again, one of those great country and western songs. Just getting out and having fun. Solid A. Just great closer. So all in all, this is a must-have for any Randy Travis fan. Again, added to the collection, those first 4 or 5 albums or whatever it was, they're all fantastic, and this is definitely no exception. The production on this, again, it's 87, so all that classic, 80s country slickness that's on there, it's on there. But if you can, if you don't like it, look past that. Really pay attention to the delivery, pay attention to the song itself. You won't be disappointed. And if you like that slickness, if you like that 80s, early 90s stuff, absolutely. You'll love this too. So, all in all, I did give it a little bit of a ding. Um, I'm going to give it a 9.75. This is it's an essential country album. And I think that Johnny Cash one is too. So,
Solid. Yeah,
mhm.
definitely a couple solid albums. Funny that you and I caught each other in the face, and I even gave you a choice of 3 different albums,
Mhm.
and you got hit with a Randy Travis album. So yeah, I grew up with that album in the household, dude. Over living with my mom and my stepdad. It was a very popular album at the time,
Mhm.
and Randy Travis was my mom's dude for a period of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, there is something about certain country singers that can really, really drive a woman wild.
that's
I
right.
mean, they love that voice, and it's the same thing for other genres as well.
Mhm.
But you know,
He was smooth. Mhm.
vocally
R-
he is top tier.
Yeah.
Once again, if you heard Randy Travis sing, didn't matter what the song was, you knew it was Randy Travis.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Yep.
So 8.75 from me, 9.75 from you. We have had brews, reviews, and all kinds of to-dos.
Mhm.
That leaves us with the last thing we have to do.
That's right.
And before we do that, I just want to tell everybody who's out there listening and watching, whether you're catching us on the YouTube or you're catching us over on Spotify or any of your favorite podcast streaming services, we want to thank you for your support. We enjoy uh, doing this for you. We hope you guys are enjoying the reviews as well. Please leave a comment, let us know what you think about the albums, or leave us a remark on whether or not you want us an album to review.
Mhm.
We got some things in the works. We've got some guests going on. We are also looking in talks with our buddy Stevie Fly at On the Fly podcast over there uh, about getting together and doing a special episode with him. I don't think maybe a couple special episodes, but I don't think either one of them is really music related. So um, it'll be takes on wrestling and I believe some football.
Foosball.
Something
Mhm.
something about our favorite teams. So once we get that arranged, we'll let you know. Uh, Once again, we want to thank every one of you for all of your interaction, liking, comment, subscribing, listening. Definitely share what you like about our show with anybody. Throw it up on your page. Um, with that being said, we have come to that time, Bruce.
Yes.
Whew, how well did you pay attention to the 2 albums I mentioned that you missed last week?
I don't remember.
Okay. So we'll play the same game as we did last week.
All right.
You pick 1 or 3.
Okay. I'm going to pick number 1.
All right. That means for you next week, you will be reviewing for me
Mhm.
Blue Oyster Cult's Agents of Fortune.
You want to know what's funny?
What?
I almost gave you a Blue Oyster Cult album this week. I almost did it.
That's funny.
It wasn't Agents of Fortune, but you almost got one.
Another album I grew up with.
Hmm. And I've never heard this album, so pretty
I've been
interesting.
I've been a BOC fan for a while, and believe it or not, I believe my two youngest children's first concert was seeing Blue Oyster Cult at the Promo West outdoors, and Red, White, and Boom happened.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, what do you got for me?
Well, I've been meaning to give this album to you for 2 years, and I never got around to it. And so I figured today would be the why not day. You are getting Slash's uh, Orgy of the Damned album. Lots of guest stars: Chris Stapleton, Gary Clark Jr., Demi Lovato, um, Iggy Pop, Billy Gibbons, so many more. Um, can't wait to hear what you think.
You know, it's one of the things I'm a little upset with is I am a huge Slash fan as an
Uh-huh.
individual and guitar player. I mean, huge Slash fan. He's one of the many reasons why I own Les Pauls. I don't know why I haven't taken the time to sit down and go through all of his solo stuff. I've listened to a couple albums here and there, and I've enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
both. But I'm a fan, you know, and I look forward to listening to this album for sure. I know I gave you an album not too maybe a season or two back of his.
Hmm. Oh, probably Snake Bit. Probably Slash the Snake Bit.
No, it was after this album because
This is his last
because
one.
this is the last one.
This is the latest one.
Okay, so then it was before a Slash album before this one.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Slash and Miles Kennedy.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I gave you one. I know you reviewed it.
No, I think them two together are fantastic. I think Miles Kennedy is such a great vocalist for his style. So
Yeah.
they really play off well together.
Well, it looks like we got an interesting show for next week for sure.
Mm-hmm.
As we get at these guests getting ready to come on and us getting ready to go hang out with some other podcasts. Once again, feel free to tune in and let us know what you think. Let us know you're out there listening. We want to hear from you. Bruce, man,
Have fun, eh?
Kate said we can't rate everything a 9. I
Well,
said,
you
but
you took care of that.
I said, but a good album's a good album. And
Mm-hmm.
you have to take it for what it is, you know, just have to take it for what it is.
That's right.
Anyways, guys, thanks again for tuning in out there. We thank each and every one of you. As you all know, I'm Tone,
I'm Bruce.
and we are hooked on Sonics, and we'll see you.
See ya.